Hey, what's up, guys? We're going live. Today is day 3, and pretty good day today, man. Started the day with about a little over 6,000 in cash after paying for the hotel room through Saturday. Played in a massive poker game last night. Got up to I was up over $5,077. Long story there. I'm happy to tell that story, but let's talk about contracting. I made some huge cash outlays after dropping 3 grand on Remodel Commander last night. Spent 35.46 and 61 cents on a Airbnb up in Seattle. Spent bought a one-way plane ticket Saturday for $646 to Seattle. So I got a little under or a little over 6,900 cash on hand. Anyway, so today I cold called designers up in Seattle. I made 37 dials, talked to 11 people, and booked 1 meeting. Not bad for being pretty rusty. I negotiated equity splits in 2 companies. We're going to do a design build company and a home improvement company, ranging from handyman up to like pull and replace remodel plus exteriors. Yeah, so then after that, I wrote the operating agreements for both firms, memorializing the equity splits and how we're going to behave. We'll do a separate video on that later. This is just an update, but we're getting pretty clever. I'm structuring this for the long haul, and so I'll get that sent out to the partners tomorrow morning. And I need signatures before I leave Dallas. Otherwise, Saturday I just roll with Dallas. And what's really cool is I developed a crazy good strategy to push exterior remodel work. I mean, this is insane. I got to give it to my fellow remodel commander, Brent Clark, for develop. He shared this with me during an RC session today. You guys want to hear it? I mean, like, if you don't want to hear it, it's all good. But yeah. So I can't believe I'm sharing this. Brent noticed a huge arbitrage opportunity between the cost of gutter leads versus the cost of gutter installation or gutter filter or gutter guard leads, to the tune of he was spending less than $20 to get a gutter clean lead and over $150 for a gutter installation or a gutter guard lead. And so what he developed is just absolutely genius. So he put a crew together of 1099 gutter cleaners, college kids, and he developed a system with poles and hoses to flush these gutters out in like 20 minutes or less, right? And he also developed a system for taking before and after pictures of every linear inch. Anyway, so his process was really simple. The guys go clean it. Brent shows up to get paid, and he asks them a really simple question. He says, hey, how would you like to learn how to never clean your gutters again? And they're all like, sure. And Brent has a sample of the material of the gutter screen, the gutter guard, whatever it is. And he says, yeah, so we can install these. And he gives them a date. Usually it's like that week. And he says, hey, yeah, so we can install these tomorrow. And it's only going to cost you, $52 a month. Right. And that bakes in like a 60, 70% margin for Brent with the finance company. Anyway. And so what Brent learned was it only took him 3 gutter cleans to get a single freaking gutter guard sold, right? And the average gutter guard was selling for like $5,000. And so when you do the math on it, that's brilliant, because it was taking him 3 gutter clean leads to get a gutter clean, so $60 cost per acquisition. And he was needing 3, otherwise he was spending $450 to earn the same the same gutter guard business, just doing straight advertising for gutter guards. And so when you look at, okay, so it took me $60 of gutter clean leads, and I need 3 gutter cleans to get a gutter guard sold. You know, your cost per acquisition drops from $450 to 180, and we're not done yet, because now this is what's so incredibly genius, and this is what I'm going to do in Seattle to get some cash flow going, because I need to make my nut. And so we're going to go across the street, or not, but when we do the install on the first gutter guard, we're going to say, hey, Ms. Homeowner, as a thank you, do you have 5 neighbors that you really, really like, that you want to give a free gutter clean to? Right. So then you go knock on all those doors. You're like, hey, Ms. Smith across the street sent us over to clean your gutters completely free. By the way, would you like to see how you could never pay for a gutter clean again? Mrs. Jones is having this installed today or tomorrow. And so then you just go through the exact same sales process. And if you're really clever, this is my little twist on it. What you're going to see me do in Seattle, I'm going to say, yeah, so if you finance with us, we'll give you your first 3 months free. We'll pay for your first 3 months if you'll post about your experience with us in your Nextdoor group. See how this goes viral very quickly? How 3 gutter cleans will lead to 2 gutter guard installations, which will lead to 2 Nextdoor posts about how awesome we are, and just create this echo chamber in yeah, it's just like the roof business. So anyway, what the spin I'm going to do on this is, instead of advertising in Google Ads, all I'm going to do is I'm going to advertise to a specific neighborhood. Let's say we're in Atlanta, and so I would create an ad called you know, like, yeah, the Buckhead homeowner appreciation event for Valentine's Day. You know, I mean, like, you gotta just make it seasonal, you know, to the month, right? And then we'll just change it up to St. Patrick's Day, and then Easter, and then May or Memorial Day. I mean, start of summer, Independence Day, like, just anyway. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to run Facebook ads calling out that neighborhood, or you know, little suburb, and offer 5 free gutter cleans to the first 5 people who DM me. Right. And so you're like, Lane, why the hell are you giving away free work? I'm like, look, it's only 20 minutes of labor. I mean, and when you're paying these guys piecework, sure, I'm spending $500, probably $100 on the ads. So I'm going to be about $600 in to get these 5 gutter cleans, which are going to translate into 1 1/4, call it 1 gutter installation at 5 G's with $3,000 of gross profit baked in. So I'm trading $600 for $3,000 that week. That's a good trade. And then that doesn't even bake in the viral nature of the neighbor play and the Nextdoor play. Somebody just asked, when you ask for referrals or people who need work done, how often do people say no to releasing the names? No, I mean, you know, nobody. Not in my experience. Like, I've done something similar to this in like home service, when I had a home service business. But you know, I asked that question of Brent, because he's done this like every season for the past 15 years. He said very rarely does that happen. And even if that did happen, man, even if that did happen, I would still just go to the nearest 5 houses and be like, hey, we're doing the Joneses, and as a thank you to the neighborhood, we're giving this to y'all free too. Right. So who cares if they're going to be weird about it? All good. It's not going to get in the way. But yeah, so that's going to be, that's what you're going to see me do the moment I hit Seattle. So right now my websites are being built. I expect my websites to be done Tuesday. I'll flip on my gutter ads Tuesday evening. Again, have my first bit of work booked by Friday. That'll give me Thursday on the ground to recruit a gutter clean crew, and once the gutter clean's done, like tomorrow, I'm going to source the material to take with me to Seattle, just so I can hit the ground running on next Friday, to upsell the damn gutter guards. And the profit we get off the gutter business, I'm going to reinvest back into Google local services ads for just general handyman work. And then from there, the profits from gutters and the handyman business, I'll invest heavily into our design build business to get the big honking, deals, which again, like off of digital advertising, truth be told, I've never gotten a project bigger than 200 grand from digital advertising. All of our big projects have come from referrals, whether from a realtor or a designer or another homeowner. It's just I can't control when those referrals come in, and we need to build a $2 million business in 6 months. So we're going to focus on the things we can control, specifically the number of relationships we're getting, and putting our money into quick turn, putting our money into advertising quick turn projects in very creative viral campaigns like this, just to make the nut and keep things growing, just in case design build fucking takes forever to take off. And by the way, my swear jar now is up to 57. I'm at 57 over 2 days. So compared to before the challenge, I'm doing pretty good. I'd still like to have more self-control. Still vegan. You have any idea how hard it is to be vegan in Texas? Like I'm living in a food desert right now. There's a Quick Trip next door. Do you know how hard it is to be vegan eating out of a Quick Trip? It is impossible. So like I'm living off of lettuce and croutons out of a chicken Caesar salad and picking the chicken out, and pistachios. This is crazy. I cannot wait to get settled and get real food. Maybe might have to make a deal with you, the audience, to let me eat meat. I'm offering to the audience going up to $5 per swear word instead of $1 if you just take back the vegan. I've had it. It's day 3. Where everyone's like, stay vegan. It's killing me. It's killing me. Yeah, the no booze, that's not a problem. This vegan thing, this is pretty hard. My videographer is still not down here. He's still held up. So he's just going to meet me in Seattle. And so we'll still do these daily lives, debriefing what happened throughout the day. But this will get a lot more professional pretty soon. But yeah, there we have it. I mean, just in the space of 3 days, I took a risk. It wasn't a risk. If I hadn't founded RC and I didn't know what it's like on the inside, I could see how that's a huge risk. And quite frankly, I didn't know if anybody inside RC was going to take me up on my partnership offer. Had 8 super qualified people offering to give me what I needed. Y'all want to see what I posted in there? I'll put that up if you're interested. Let me get this pulled up. Dun, 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 dun. Where are we? Yeah. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. Give me a second. Yeah. There it is. So I'll pull that up. Let's present this. And yeah, does this share screen? There we go. I'm learning how to use StreamYard. Forgive me. We're just going to show the entire screen. Come on. Share. Yeah. And yeah, so I was like, hey, finally settled and no longer homeless. By the way, this is how I was introduced to the group. It's really, really, really funny. I came in here swinging. So Chris, our sales guy, says, please help me in welcoming Lane to this amazing program. This was yesterday. He says he is based in Dallas, Texas, currently homeless, just sold his only shelter, which was his truck, to have capital, and is excited to build a 2 mil company in the next 6 months. Anyway, everybody thought that was hysterical. And some people are ribbing me like, can't wait to see you sell your first deal. Thanks, Steve. And so then I start barking orders at the tech team, which is a big no-no, but I don't have time to wait. And so I was like, hey, schedule me for sales school today to present, to get certified so I can unlock my marketing. I was like, I need the following websites. Give me a design build company in this particular style. Give me a handyman in this particular style. But I want to do exteriors and outdoor living. So I told him to add that to the handyman. This thing is, this was back when I was thinking about being in Texas. So I was like, hey, give me Collin County, Texas. I didn't want to go anywhere else. And I was like, for my calculator ads, I was like, give me additions and EDUs. And then I was like, yeah, just turn on Google Local Services and Google Ads, which we're going to turn that off, and we're going to run our Facebook play and only for gutters. Because what we're going to do is we're going to use the gutters to cross-sell roofs and siding and windows at the point of sale. Brent taught me that 1 in 10 gutter cleans led to a new roof, a complete roof install. And like what he said, 1 in 17 to 1 in 20 gutter cleans turned into siding. So that, I mean, when you're dealing in the rich neighborhoods that we're going to be targeting, 3,000 square foot houses, we're looking at $40,000 roofs and 60, 80 grand siding projects or more. I mean, that's nothing to shake a stick at. And so, and this is what I told him. I was like, listen, I want to speed things up. So I was like, I auto approve everything. You don't need my input. I auto approve it. I was like, I'm not going to fuss over details that don't matter to getting to the money expeditiously. And I was like, hey, I trust you guys will edit for no typos, poor grammar, and irrelevant content. And I was like, for the company, I was like, name it Bison. You know, Bison Design Build, Bison Home Improvement. And I was like, why Bison? Because when there's a storm on the prairie, cattle run from the storm, prolonging their suffering. Bison charged the thunder. Anyway, so I told him, I was like, listen, I want to see my outbound email targeting emails or targeting realtors and designers up by next week. And yeah. So, and then for my designers, I was like, I want Collin, Dallas, and Tarrant counties. But for my realtors, I only wanted Tarrant County. Being real strategic about this, except I'm leaving Dallas now. A lot of fucking good that did. So, oh shit, I just got hit twice. Anyway, so you know, platitudes aside, this is when I posted in the group. I'm like, hey guys, finally settled and no longer homeless. It's like at least for a week. And I was like, I'm looking for a GC with an established brand to partner and expand their brand into Dallas. And I was like, here's what I bring to the table: cash, sweat, sales, marketing, recruiting, operations, training, finance and bookkeeping, and systems for the above. And I was like, here's what I need from my partner: a track record, a brand, estimating expertise. I was like, willing to make a deal, any deal that makes sense for both of us. Any takers, anyone, if interested, let's talk tonight and strike a deal. And yeah, let's count I got Ashley out of Long Island, a very wealthy part of Long Island, like out towards Montauk. Kyle up in Seattle or in Tacoma, George Loco out of Columbus, Joe Ulrich out of Omaha, and Chris Carson down there in San Antonio, Texas, which would have been freaking sweet. The problem was he got to me after I had a meeting with Kyle, and Kyle talked me into Seattle, which we have that recording down. That'll get you guys will see that got posted. But yeah, so everybody's like, remember the barbecue. Like, oh my gosh, please let me stop being vegan. We're going to take a vote on Friday of letting me stop being vegan for so I can enjoy Texas for like one day. I'm willing to trade $5 a curse word, $5 a curse word instead of $1. Like, come on, help me out here. This is killing me. Like, I'm getting hangry. It's just like protein withdrawals here. Um, anyway, all that being said, I can't believe I'm whining and begging about wanting to eat meat on camera. Uh, in terms of challenges, guys, got some significant challenges going here. Number one, yeah, number one is I don't have anybody to do the work yet, and I'm kind of planning this super tight between turning on the marketing, knowing I'm going to get sales, and not having anybody to do the work. So that's going to be problematic. That's going to create some interesting content of me recruiting. My go-to in this scenario is to show up to Home Depot on a Saturday morning and see, who's using the contractor pro desk that isn't in like a contractor uniform, because those guys are the ones that are after it and hungry for work because they probably don't have a developed company. And so I'm just going to chill with like coffee and donuts at the pro desk at Home Depot in Bellevue on a Saturday morning to meet as many contractors as I can. And then when it becomes lunchtime, I'm going to switch to hot dogs. I'm going to be like a hot dog maker. It's going to be great. I'll do it outside. I can't do that at the pro desk. Probably just, I'll probably get kicked out with the donuts anyway. So like the Girl Scouts, I'll set up outside, GC with work needs subs. This might get a little ridiculous. I'm probably going to get some ridicule, but you know what? Fuck it. Damn it. It hit me. Just got hit twice again. But yeah, at least I'll get attention, right? Like make fun of me or cheer me on. Just don't ignore me. That's the name of the game right now. So that's how I plan this weekend to find. Well, I'll be in Seattle on Sunday, so I'll have to wait till next weekend to start recruiting subs. But when I hit the ground on Monday, it's just going to be go, 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 go. Yeah, designers. Just I'm gonna ignore realtors for now. I'm gonna go after purely the designers, and I'm gonna use paid ads to support the handyman business, specifically the gutters, because gutter clean is going to lead to gutter installation, exterior windows, roofing, and has like that viral component to it. So I'm just going to stick to that one strategy, keep things simple. Simple succeeds, like complexity fails. And I have this really horrible, nasty habit of making everything too complicated. So this will be fun. I'll see you guys in Seattle on Sunday. Tonight, I'm going to go back to the card room. If it was that juicy, you guys want to hear about poker last night? It was ridiculous. Found my way into a 10-25 no limit game, $2,500 buy-in. A lot of young guys, almost half my age, who either they didn't know how to count the odds, or they didn't care about the odds, or they thought because I'm fat and 40, I would fold to aggression. But these guys were playing bottom pair like it was the immortal nuts. And as soon as I figured out who was playing that way, I set them up by purposefully playing like a very tight passive player, so that they would be induced to try and bully me. And I just check raised them to death. I would give them just enough rope to hang themselves, like, bluff the flop, bluff the turn, and then check raise, jam all in the river. And when somebody check raise jams all in on the river, either they have the stone cold nuts, in other words, the best hand, or they have nothing. And those guys know that, except my tight image. When a tight passive player check raises all in on the river, they got the goods. So if they ever see this, they need to know that out of the 4 times I did it, I only had the nuts once. And that was when he looked me up. and got crushed. So that's how I walked out of there with over 6 grand. Um, and I want to go back. Now, the thing is, I was taking a huge risk doing that, mainly because I was like, okay, I got the, I was like, I'm heading to Seattle. I had my Airbnb paid for, my airfare paid for. I was like, screw it, let's just go for broke. I don't advise that, because if I would have lost last night, I would be selling cars in Seattle for the next 4 weeks, and the business plan can't accept that. But anyway, so yeah, I'm going to film some poker. I filmed some last night. That'll get added into the every other week. We'll do a formal produced video episode, and so we'll get some poker shots in there for you. But I'm gonna have to stop playing cards as soon as we go live with the gutters and get the gutters rolling. I just won't have time between upselling homeowners and networking with designers, and I'm going to need the weekends for doing estimates and paperwork. So the good news is the partner up in Seattle, when we get our LLC tomorrow, he's going to deal with the being a partner. He's going to extend a loan to the company, the new company, to get its insurance. I negotiated that as part of the deal, and he's providing his GC license, so I don't have to take the exam. So all in all, guys, it's like, it may look like I'm fucking cheating. I got hit again, but I'm not. I'm just using leverage. And this is what, when you hear the gurus talking about leverage, this is what they mean. Cheating only exists in sports, school, and on your taxes. Everything else is just making the most out of what you've got. And the one thing they can never take away from you is your skill sets. I just happen to be an animal at deal making. I'm not guys. I don't have a trade. Straight up, you don't want me even hanging a picture frame in your house, but by God, I can structure a buyout and sell some home improvement. So I think that's all I need, for at least for this challenge. We'll see. We'll see how my recruiting goes next week. That's a big assumption, a huge assumption. And if we don't find the right subs, it doesn't matter what I sell, because I can't perform and I'm stuck like Chuck. So next week is a big week, recruiting subcontractors, quality subcontractors that will fit in the pricing schedule. And that's the other thing I need to figure out is, what is middle of market, what is top of market for the trades, so that I don't get taken. And at the same time, I don't look like one of those paper GC idiots that go into your Facebook groups saying, I got this house, and I need a bid for plumbers and tile and electricians and HVAC and paint and drywall. Send me insurance, videos of your last 3 projects, the social security number of 3 kids, and the phone number to the current job you're working on. Like, guys, you look like amateurs when you do that. Because what a sub hears, or what a sub sees when you do that in a Facebook group, is, I'm a GC that has a job that I'm bidding, and I want you to do my homework for me. And then if I somehow luck box my way into this, I've never actually managed a job this big before, so I need you to take all the risk and like have top of market skills, but accept less than what you're worth pay. That's what the sub hears when you do that. I'm just being real with you guys. Please stop if you want to recruit good guys. So again, major risks taken next week in our business plan. Got to get those recruits. But yeah, so I'm going to keep asking you guys to lift my veganness every day until you do. It is killing me. But yeah, guys, so ending up day 3 update in the books. We start day 4 tomorrow. Tomorrow, what are we doing tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow is a lot of admin. It's LLCs, getting our insurance locked in, getting the operating agreement signed. I'm going to be writing some content for websites and do at least another 35 dials to designers to try and set another appointment. So yeah, that's where we're at. I'm exhausted, have slept average maybe 4 hours a night since Tuesday. And that's not going to let up anytime soon. So you guys be good. Hope. Oh yeah, by the way, we have a young man, Jared Guerrero. It's hard for me to say that now that I left Puerto Rico, but 21-year-old kid has decided he's going to follow along, the steps of the challenge himself. So kudos out to Jared Guerrero. He's got balls so big they clank while he walks. Really proud of him. This will be interesting, talking back and forth, sharing our experiences. I'm going to bring him into the video log, just so that you guys can see. I mean, he's starting out with similar resources. What I want you to see is somebody who hasn't done this like for a living for the last 15 years and is a little unhinged. I don't want to say a mere mortal, but a 21-year-old kid doesn't have the benefit of 40 years of life experience. And it'll be really cool to watch him imitate each step as we go. He's gonna kick some ass. He is crazy though, but he will kick. I'm not gonna let him fail. He's gonna kick some ass. Anyway, so see you guys roughly same time tomorrow. Be good.